Hey y'all, welcome back to Rolling Pin Recipes. Today we are going to make a family favorite, classic, budget-friendly meal, y'all. If I can get this ground beef out of here. I think this is a 2-pound package I made up. We're gonna try to get 1 pound, brown it and cook it up. A little less than 1 pound will be just perfect. And while we brown this meat up, we are going to cut up some potatoes. Just gonna wash up some russets, give them a scrub, and chop them up and boil them. Just make up some mashed potatoes however you like. Potatoes right now are pretty cheap, so this is perfect. I'm gonna wash my potatoes. Alright y'all, I just peeled this one because it has green and apparently that hurts your tummy. So I just took all that off. I'll rinse it and chop it. Alright y'all, we're still going here. This one I peeled because the skin was kind of green. We're just gonna chop it in some decent chunks here and plop it right into my cold water. I will chop all these up and rinse the water, then I will boil them 15-20 minutes or so. If there's any, oh my goodness, are these good? We're just gonna go with it. We don't mind the skins. If you don't like them, get rid of them. I hope those are good. They look very strange. I just picked these up from the store, so, well, that one was kind of weird, so that one was, I think, a little older from my stash, but these I just picked up from the store. I need to get all these little bits off. These aren't in the best shape. They're a little weird, but it's okay. We'll trim them up. Trim what we need. These are a little better. If you don't trim some of these weird bits off, you get like a crunchy bit or something in your mashed potatoes sometimes. Nobody wants that. Alright, couple more and I'll start her up. The meat's done. Y'all, I got all my potatoes chopped up. The water was rinsed and clean. We're gonna put it back here and turn it on. Pop the lid on for about 20 minutes or so. And this meat, I'm gonna drain out some of this fat. I turned it off already. I'm gonna drain some of the fat, add some chicken broth, a couple of seasonings and things, and we'll make a gravy and add corn. Delicious. I forgot to add salt. Alright y'all, I got my meat back on. My potatoes took exactly 20 minutes. They are fork tender. I drained the liquid and we're gonna let them evaporate just like this for 5 minutes. So I guess so they won't be gummy. Yeah, this meat I turned back on. I've always called this shepherd's pie. I know people put different kind of meat, shredded, all sorts of different options with it. This is the way I had it growing up. People call it different things. This is what I know as shepherd's pie. It's interesting to see what different regions, families, and all sorts of other categories call different things. It's a one, well, it's not really a one pot. You bake it, cook your meat in here, and then bake it in this as well. Now, I have a ton of this better than bouillon and better beef and chicken better than bouillon. I don't really like it, but I want to try it in this recipe because I have a ton of it and it needs to get out of my pantry and fridge. It's taking up all my fridge space and I just do not need it. Grab a couple pantry items. I'm gonna crank this heat all the way. All right, y'all, we got my regular size whisk. This is for the potatoes. A little bit of fattener should help with the flavor. Now we need some liquid. A teaspoon in 1 cup. Got about a cup here. Put some of that in to deglaze and, I don't know, start cooking the meat, I guess. Now we need 1 teaspoon of this bouillon stuff. It's probably a little hefty, but that's okay. Just gonna stir this in. I always used just beef bouillon, nor powder. Might need more, I don't mind. I'm gonna add this in. We'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, none of it dissolved. Okay. Well, we're gonna use our whisk and just whisk that in. I'm gonna add some W. Couple splashes of W. Get my whisk and just combine all of that. Beefy. It's good. Guess I'm adding a little bit out of order. Usually the brown gravy packet, I guess, is really good in this. It's a cheater easy way. I might do a bit of a backwards deal here. Kind of just winging it using what I've got. Y'all, I'd like to try this. Pretty good. I added just a splash of water to my measuring cup here. We're gonna add like a hefty bit of flour. I have potato starch in place of cornstarch, but I think we'll try flour. I'm just gonna try to whisk this together. I'm gonna add a little more water. It's a very thick paste, which is what you want. And then my liquid here is very hot. Just gonna get it in there. Combine it. Should thicken it right up. It did thicken it nice. I like a lot of gravy. I think I'm gonna add a little more water to get this out. Oh yeah. We're gonna try to get all this in there and out. Whisk it together. Looks amazing. Now I need to try it and see what's happening here. A pound is a little much when I need to do a shepherd's pie because I like a lot of gravy and we want it really thick, especially the mashed potatoes. They need to be really thick because I don't want it to combine together. I want them to stay separate. I'm gonna try this. Tastes really good. Okay, really good. I'm gonna add pepper. Haven't even added my corn yet, so let me cut the heat and drain my corn and we'll do the potatoes. Alright y'all, I've got a can of just corn. This has no salt, apparently. We're gonna need a little more water. This thickened up a ton. I like a lot of corn, so a little less ground beef is no big deal. I mean, you got a good bit of mixture here. Let's try it. Should have a lot of good flavors going on. I actually think I might add a little more of this beef broth and water. Some salt. Hopefully this will add a little bit of that saltiness. Turn the heat back on again. And I'm gonna add some salt. The corn didn't have salt apparently, which I don't really mind. It's good. Yep. Alright y'all, for these mashed potatoes, we're gonna add a few tablespoons of butter. 2.5, maybe 3. Alright y'all, now we're gonna add a big old hefty scoop of sour cream to these taters. 3 nice scoops. And we need a ton. I'm gonna cut the heat over here. And we need a ton of salt and pepper. I was supposed to put that little guy away. Pepper. We're gonna blend this up. I'll probably end up adding a splash of milk, but I'll start with this because I don't want it too thin. We want it nice and thick. Alright y'all, we're gonna mix this up. Alright y'all, we definitely need some milk. Super thick. It's good. Just a splash. And we'll try that. Alright y'all, this ain't moving much, so we might need something else. Well, it's pretty thick. You don't want to overmix mashed potatoes. I don't know, these might be good. They're so thick. Nice butter flavor. And it's good to test them with your filling because you don't want it too salty. You want it perfect. I have a little bit of heavy cream, so I'm going to use some, and it's super thick, so it'll thin it out, but also hopefully keep it a little thick. We're going to mix this. Alrighty, it's still super thick. Should have loosened them a little bit by now. Let's try them. And we like the skins of russets. They're really good. And these are also they're not as warm as they should be. So they'll probably thin out a bit. Let's add a little more salt and definitely pepper. I think we'll add a little more heavy cream. This is ridiculously thick. And it might still need a little more salt. Pretty good. Really good. I think that'll do. It's pretty tasty. Mix this up. I don't always measure, so we'll see. I have the pizza stone in here. I'll take it out and preheat the oven. Like 350. Classic. Alright, y'all. It's a little bit of the beef bouillon there. Do I thicken this up a little bit? I do not know. Alright, y'all. I have the oven preheating. It's only been a couple minutes. We'll start assembling, I think. I'm a little nervous, but we'll get it done. I'm going to start on the edges. I'm wondering if these are too thick. I don't know, y'all. Okay, now that I've got a good base layer, I think I'll just... Honestly, looking at it now, I think I've already got a disaster on my hands because these potatoes are in that meat, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but something ain't right. See, that gravy is just all over now. Crap. I think I need bigger sections of potatoes. I guess just plopping it on there is your best bet. I actually used all these potatoes. That's kind of surprising. I'll clean that with the rubber spat. Alright, y'all. I'm going to top it with some pepper. A little nervous again. Hopefully I've got the potatoes thick enough that it won't be a complete mess. I know people sometimes put egg in their mashed potatoes. Maybe I could try that. I just want it like my grandma's, y'all. We don't need a ton of cheese because I freshly shred this and it's Very melty and delicious. Even it out. Get a nice hole in the middle to release some air, I guess, or release some tension. I don't know. So it doesn't all bowl over the sides. Try to fill those with some cheese. Alright, y'all. Let's put it in. Alright, y'all. I hope it doesn't make a fat mess. Only time will tell. Looks delicious. Y'all, it was amazing using up some pantry staples and things I wanted to get out of my pantry. Ooh, bon appetit. Let's put it in, y'all. If you want, you can put tinfoil under it, so if it overflows, it won't make a fat mess on your oven, but we'll see what happens. Give it about 30 minutes or so until that cheese is melted and warmed through. You can even brown it a little bit if you'd like, but you don't have to. See you soon. Alright, y'all, it's been in there basically 30 minutes. My family is really hungry. Actually, it looks perfect. Let's pull it out. It actually has some color on the top. Oh my goodness. Yes. That looks incredible. I made this treat the other day. I'm actually going to throw it in the oven to see if it'll crisp up at all. It's been super rainy and humid. Looks incredible. I actually think it's starting to rain. Kind of a perfect meal for this rainy weather. Comforting, classic, delicious. Just like my grandma used to make, y'all. We need to let it sit for 10 or so minutes at least. And then we'll cut into her. Alright, y'all. It's been about 10 minutes. Set a timer. Set it on a place that was cooler than the hot counter. Just gonna run my spat along the edge here. It's got some gravy. Oh, I'm making a mess with it, of course. It's got a little jiggle to it. I think I did good with the potatoes. So let's cut a piece out. Nervous, but let's do it. Might be easier if I just cut out 2 pieces. We'll see. Actually, not bad. Not too bad. It'd look way better on a plate, but y'all, that's together. Woo! And then we want some of this meat. Yes. Could set a little longer, but y'all, my family's hungry. It's better than others though. Last one I made was a complete mess. If I let it cool longer, y'all, it'd be more firm. This ain't bad. This ain't bad. Look at that. Alright, y'all. Here it is. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider giving this video a like, letting us know what you think, and subscribing for more. Bon appetit. It is super hot. We appreciate y'all again, and give this classic comfort meal a try. On your cast iron skillet, what more could you want? Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace out.